All right, let's give my boy a call here.
Yo, what up, Spence?
Hey, dude, you ready for game talk tonight?
Hell yeah, I am, man. I have everything I need.
Did you pick out a good outfit for Metal Gear?
For what?
Metal Gear Solid? We talked about this. We picked this theme for the new Metal Gear Solid 3 remake.
Oh, I was under the impression we picked Frogger this time.
Alex, we are never picking Frogger.
Um, I, uh, I need to go return 5 gallons of green body paint.
Welcome to Game Talk Tonight, Metal Gear Solid Edition, with your host, Alex, featuring video game reviews, a video game quiz, musical guest Seth from Weathered Feather, and so much more. And here's your host, Alex! Hey! Welcome to the show, everybody. Game Talk Tonight. We have a very special episode for you tonight because we're celebrating Metal Gear Solid. With the release of Metal Gear Solid Delta this month, we figured it would be super fitting, and to mark the occasion, I even dressed up tonight. I'm dressed up as Naked Snake. Yeah, you guys recognized me. Yeah, it's so we love this franchise, so we really wanted to celebrate the game's release. In Metal Gear Solid, you play as Solid Snake, a covert operative who hides in boxes, chokes people from behind, and taps on walls to distract them. Sounds like me wooing my soon-to-be girlfriend and former hotel housekeeper. Gabe Newell has announced Steam will introduce a more intensive content moderation policy. From now on, you'll be seeing less sexually explicit content and more chocolate cake and lard-based content. He likes his lard. Konami has released a new roadmap for Silent Hill. Notable to the roadmap is a cobblestone bridge, a koi pond, and rumored even Silenter Hill, which may in fact be more of a knoll. Yeah, love the knoll jokes. Wu Chang, Fallen Feathers, a Souls-like on PC, is being review bombed due to performance issues. It's a shame those Steam users aren't getting paid to write reviews, or they might be able to buy a better toaster. Fortnite is coming under fire after its AI Darth Vader was caught using some colorful language in-game. While most gamers were appalled by his use of profanity, most of them also still shared his views on sand people. I don't like him either. Overwatch 2 is launching a dating simulator featuring characters from its roster. To celebrate its release, Blizzard is giving away a new set of skins, high-resolution artwork, and a reinforced noose for when you realize just how much you've fallen as a human being. We got some big news. Bethesda has begun teasing exciting things for Starfield. Yes! Yeah! You bake a cake, nobody calls you a baker. You paint a wall, nobody calls you a painter. You 3D print one Diglett to scale, dip it in a jar of lube while watching reruns of Pokemon at 4 in the morning. Fallout 76 should earn an award for having the most accurate representation of a post-apocalyptic wasteland in gaming today. No one's playing that. The Borderlands series turns 16 this year. Yeah! Yeah, give it up for Borderlands. Or, as Randy Pitchford would describe it, too old to have sex with. Yeah. Everybody, I hope you have a great show. Metal Gear Solid. I'll be sneaking around the back. Enjoy the segments. Bye. See ya. Welcome to Metal Gear Solid Trivia. Yes, I'm wearing a shirt now. We had a high demand of viewers call in during the monologue and request me put one on. So here I am. Kind of upset that you ruined my cosplay. Spencer?
It's okay. Thank you for putting that shirt back on, Alex. Everyone agrees that it's the right way to do this show. And we have some exciting Metal Gear Solid trivia for you. It starts easy and then gets really hard. Viewers at home, if you're playing along, I hope you're a Metal Gear Solid expert because these last questions get crazy.
Ooh.
Just like the series.
See, I'm excited because last time we had ChatGPT on the last episode make some Gex questions and I aced it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to see if I can ace these Metal Gear Solid ChatGPT questions.
Yeah, and I think they were too easy last time, so I asked it specifically to get harder and harder as it goes along. So
just like I do.
Just like we said before, follow along and try your best and be honest when you put your score in the comments below. Don't lie. Anyway, you ready to get started?
I'm ready.
All right, number 1, and we're on the easy section.
Okay.
Who is the main protagonist in most of the Metal Gear Solid series? A. Raiden, B. Big Boss, C. Liquid Snake, or D. Solid Snake?
That's a trick question.
I mentioned before we started that some of these are a little bit odd. they're a little bit weird.
I mean, I guess technically you would probably say Solid Snake, but I think the right answer is actually Big Boss. I think he plays Big. I'm gonna pick. I think ChatGPT picked Solid Snake.
The answer is D. Solid Snake. You are correct. That's the one I was reading. I was like, I don't know on that.
Yeah, the correct answer is actually Big Boss. I think there's more games where you play as Big Boss than Solid Snake.
Well, Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2, you're playing as Solid Snake, right?
Yeah, and then Solid and then Solid
4, and then Ghost Babel, if we want to count it.
I guess if you count the spinoffs, if you count Acid, if you count like that stuff, I guess. But even then,
it's tricky.
Big Boss has 3, Peace Walker, 2 Portable Ops games, and 5. That's still
Isn't
5 games.
He's not quite him.
Yeah, that's Venomous Snake, but still, it's like a variation. I guess I'll cut that one off. But
okay,
that's part of the Big Boss chapter, though.
That is a tricky question for easy. That's more the fault of the series.
There's too many snakes. There's too many damn snakes.
That's more the fault of the series than ChatGPT, because that's just the craziness of that series. Anyway, number 2. What is the name of the stealth-based organization Solid Snake works for in Metal Gear Solid? A. Foxhound. B. Cobra Unit. C. Diamond Dogs. Or D. Dead Cell. Alex, for the love of God, there are people playing at home. Let them try to guess the answer.
Sorry. It's Foxhound.
A. Foxhound. You're correct. Ding, ding,
My
ding.
favorite one's that Diamond Dogs, though, from 5, because that's based on a David Bowie song.
Oh, okay.
A fun fact.
Number 3. What console was Metal Gear Solid originally released on in 1998? A. PlayStation 2. B. Nintendo 64. C. PlayStation. Or D. Sega Dreamcast.
I don't see Panasonic 3DO on there at all.
Another ChatGPT miss.
So I'm going to go with PlayStation.
Ding, ding, ding. You are correct. You're 3 for 3. But that was the easy section. Now we're moving on to intermediate.
Ooh. Let's test my Metal Gear knowledge.
Test your Metal Gear metal. And we'll just scroll down a little more. Why not, you know? Number 4. What is the code name of the psychic enemy boss in Metal Gear Solid? A. Vulcan Raven. B. Sniper Wolf. C. Psycho Mantis. Or D. The Sorrow.
I like how you said the sorrow. But it's Psycho Mantis.
Psycho Mantis is correct. Good job. Number 5.
How could you forget him?
Yeah. Number 5. What item allows Snake to detect laser tripwires in Metal Gear Solid 1? A. Night vision goggles. B. Thermal goggles. C. Cigarettes. Or D. Motion detector.
I'm not just saying that because we are actually sponsored by Marlboro cigarettes, but I'm going to go with the cigarettes.
Technically, I know that you're right because I use cigarettes to do it. But the correct answer...
Oh, no. Is that not what ChatGPT put?
ChatGPT says thermal goggles, so you got that
no,
one wrong.
the correct answer is fucking cigarettes, though.
First one you got wrong in all of the quiz history. Sorry.
Well, I still get to plug my sponsor, Marlboro cigarettes. Cool kids smoke cigarettes.
So thank you. We got to make that money. All right. You're 4 for 5. Number 6. In Metal Gear Solid 2, who do you primarily play as after the opening tanker chapter? A. Otacon. B. Big Boss. C. Raiden. Or D. Liquid Snake.
Spencer's favorite character, Raiden.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. C. Raiden. All right. That's it for the intermediate. You're doing pretty well. You're at 5 out of 6. You did get that one wrong.
I'm going to say 6 out of 6, though, because you can use the cigarettes.
You got 5 out of 6, but we're going to skip over to the hard section now. Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
And number 7. What is the real name of Big Boss? A. Jack. B. John. C. David. Or D. Frank.
Do I know this? Do I have this in my brain?
That's kind of what we're trying to get at here with this trivia.
My heart wants to say Jack, but I know that's Raiden's name, right? Raiden's Jack, right? What are the names again?
A. Jack. B. John. C. David. Or D. Frank.
Okay, it's not Frank. It's not John. I'm going to stick with Jack. I like Jack.
You're going with Jack? The answer is B. John.
His name's John? When do they call him John?
You're 5 out of 7.
Fuck.
Not quite the Gexpert you were before, are you?
Well, this isn't my field of expertise.
Number 8. What is the name of the virus that targets specific DNA sequences in Metal Gear Solid 1? A. Foxdie. B. Fox virus. C. Phantom cell. Or D. Nanofox.
Foxdie, right?
Ding. A. Foxdie is correct. Very good.
Yes.
The last question on the hard section. Number 9. Which Metal Gear game first introduces the Patriots as a Central Shadow organization? A. Metal Gear Solid. B. Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. C. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Or D. Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots.
2.
You answered B. Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. And you are correct. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. Can't forget the end of that game.
All right, so you are 7 out of 9. But we're moving to the very hard section.
How many questions do we have?
13.
Jesus Christ, okay.
All right. Number 10. What is the code name of the failed Les Enfants Terribles clone who becomes the antagonist of Metal Gear Solid 4? A. Solidus Snake, B. Eli, C. Liquid Ocelot, or D. George Sears?
Dude. It's Solidus.
You answer A. Solidus Snake?
Yeah, I think.
It's C.
No.
Liquid Ocelot.
Liquid Ocelot. God damn it. I don't remember any fucking details of 4 anymore.
All right. You are now 7 out of 10. Number 11. In Metal Gear Solid 3, what specific flower does the boss die in a field of?
Oh my god.
A. Lilies, B. Orchids, C. White poppies, or D. White lilies?
Fuck. They're all white. God damn it. I don't know the flower. I'm torn between orchids or white lilies. One of those, that sounds right. I'm gonna go with orchids.
You went with B. Orchids. It's D. White lilies.
Damn it! I should have gone with the other one.
You're 7 out of 11. These very hard ones are getting you.
They're getting me.
12. What was the AI system controlling the Patriots known as in Metal Gear Solid 4? A.
Stop giving me 4 questions.
A. SOP, B. GW, C. JD, or D. AL?
Dude, I don't fucking know. Let me just warp myself back to 2008 and find out. I'm gonna go with JD because your boy JD.
My boy. Okay. You went with CJD? Ding! You're correct.
Yes, lucky one there.
Yeah. You're 8 out of 12. JD always pulls through in a clutch, I'm telling you. All right, last question. For none of the marbles. In Peace Walker, what is the name of the AI that houses the boss's personality? A. Zeke, B. Poopa, C. Strangelove, or D. Mammal Pod?
Strangelove.
You answered C. Strangelove. The correct answer is D. Mammal Pod.
Dude, I couldn't tell you a damn thing about Peace Walker anymore. So that was just me thinking like if I was Kojima,
Yeah,
I would
Dr.
probably
Strangelove.
reference Doctor Strangelove.
That makes sense. You got 8 out of 13 correct. I think that was pretty good.
Hey!
This one got pretty hard.
That's pretty good. Some of those got tricky. Like I said, I haven't Peace Walker and like fucking 4 and stuff. Like I haven't touched those games in years, so I don't remember any details from those games anymore.
I wouldn't have been able to get them. Yeah. How well did you do, viewer? Let us know in the comments below. Do not cheat. I know that last time I saw somebody score, and I'm pretty confident they were lying. So please do not lie. I think he did a great job. Good job, Alex.
Thank you. I would just like to apologize on behalf of all of the entire Metal Gear Solid community. I know I have shamed you, but I hope to redeem your trust with the rest of this episode.
And thank you for putting your shirt back on.
You're welcome. I might still take it off later. Hey everybody, we have a great guest for the episode today. You know, we are celebrating the launch of Metal Gear Solid Delta, which is the return of Metal Gear. There hasn't been a new game in a while, maybe 10 years. We're not counting Survive. And we decided to reach out to a company that we haven't been that kind to here on the Button Mappers throughout the years. We actually reached out to Konami, and we got the CEO of Konami to actually appear, Mr. Steve Sutherland. Welcome.
Hey, pachinko, 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 babinko, maminko, maminko, kadinko.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, man. We're so happy to celebrate the release of the new Metal Gear Solid Delta game.
Yeah! The return of the big boss. Yeah.
He's back. He's back. I take it that like gamers will love seeing the magic of this game again and remade for modern platforms. I was gonna ask you, do you have any other big plans for Metal Gear moving forward after this?
Big pachinko plans. You put the ball in and you shoot it and you see where it goes. Pachinko, babinko, dun 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 dun. Pachinko.
What about like a remake of like another popular game? You know, what about the original Metal Gear Solid? Right, that
Metal
could use a
Gear
remake.
Solid, the story of Solid Snake overcoming all obstacles. He puts the ball into the machine, and
Okay.
when it
not.
lands, he gets more balls or none.
Maybe not that
Pachinko!
one, maybe not that one.
Dun,
Maybe-
dun, dun, dun. I got a codec call coming in. Hey, we need more pachinko machines. Oh, yes, sir. More pachinko. Dun 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 dun.
Silent Hill's been doing really good. You had a Silent Hill 2 remake. You have Silent Hill F coming out in a few months. You have Silent Hill 1 getting remade. That's another lucrative series that I think gamers are loving seeing the return of. Maybe is there like a new Silent Hill sequel or something happening? Silent Hill 5?
What would if you had the scariest game of all time? So you have Silent Hill known for its terror. But what if it got more terrifying? What do you think that would be like? What if you put a Silent Hill into a ball and then put it into a machine and then it spat out more balls? Pachinko, pachinko, pachinko.
Okay, that's all the ideas you had for that. What about there's other beloved series, Castlevania, Contra, even bring back some classics, Rocket Knight Adventures. Come on,
Rocket Knight Pachinko. Also, I do want to stress that I have just done a lot of cocaine.
Oh, well, that might explain a little bit. Is this usually how the Konami board meetings go?
No, there's a lot more hookers at these Konami meetings, but this time it's just me and you, and between you, me, and your Reese's cup, what if we took this podcast, rolled it into a ball, and made it a pachinko?
Are you offering to make button mappers pachinko?
Think about it. Everyone's playing pachinko in Japan. We turn it into a pachinko machine. Button mappers. Put the ball. Get more balls. Pachinko. Pachinko.
Is this why Kojima left?
He left because of this, and also because we made him a janitor. Remember that?
Yeah, that wasn't cool.
Yeah.
All right, I'll get with Spencer, see what he thinks about the button mapper pachinko idea. Thanks for coming on, Mr. Steve Sutherland. It was great having you on the show. Please never call back.
Pachinko, 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 pachinko.
What a thrill, with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill, I'm
I'm searching and I melt into you. The fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime is the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. Someday you'll go through the rain. Someday you feed on a tree frog. It's ordeal, the trials to survive. Oh, the day we'll see the new light. I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crying is the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. I'm still in a dream, snake eater.
Hi, this is Brian, iBox Games, and the Button Mappers asked me to talk a little bit about Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid is a PlayStation 1 game that's very highly regarded, developed by Konami, Hideo Kojima, based on the Metal Gear series. The first really big PlayStation game that I remember being hyped, other than Final Fantasy VII, was Metal Gear Solid. So I never played it until around 2022, I believe, was the first time I played it. I didn't really know what to expect. I knew there was stealth in it, and you played as a guy named Snake, and I knew the music was really good. But that's pretty much all I knew about it. I had a copy of it that my friend actually gave to me, Metal Gear Solid, to play. And this was maybe around 2018 or so. So my first impressions when I booted it up was you start off on this tanker, and you have to kind of swim aboard this island or something, if I can recall. And the first snag that I hit was problems with the stealth. I never played a lot of stealth games. I don't really enjoy stealth in games. I get impatient, and I just go, hey, heck with it, and go in. And I think in this game it caused me a lot of problems. In particular, in the first area, when you get your scuba gear off and you go on that island in a dock, I had a hard time getting past the first guards, sneaking and crouching. The controls were a little weird to get used to. I can't remember exactly what, but I had a hard time crouching, getting up, and it took me a while. And it's still at the end of the game, I never quite got a handle of it. But the stealth was the biggest part of the game that drove me crazy. You always had to hide, or if you shot somebody, hide their bodies or drag them away, and I could never get good at it. I will say the humor in the game is quite funny. Even though the text goes on and the people talk for a long time, it's quite humorous. Some of the characters you meet, like Otacon later on, the text is very well written and funny. And the story, while crazy, always kept me going. And usually in games, like stories, or for me, RPGs are what matters for stories, really. But this was the saving grace of the game for me, just the funny stuff. I couldn't believe what was being written. The boss battles I thought were terrible. There was no point in the game I thought the bosses were fun to fight. One in particular was a sniper that you had to take these pills to calm yourself, and I could not get a shot off to save my life. And part of it was like me not knowing the controls, but I was never having fun fighting any of the bosses. The last boss, if I recall, is the Metal Gear you gotta fight, and it took me a while to beat that thing. I streamed this, and I streamed this one time for 11 hours, and I you'd think at the end of an 11-hour stream I would kind of like get the game. I felt like I was still not grasping it and how to play it properly. And I think that's my main problem with Metal Gear is it's a game series I am not good at, or because of stealth, and I don't enjoy stealth. I'm not good at it, like I said. And I never grasped the controls. I never got good at it. I got good enough to finish it, but I never felt into the game. It never, like, a lot of people have cited this as one of the best games of all time, and I can see where they're coming from that. But for me, it just didn't click. I was never pulled into it. I never felt like I was getting better. And part of that was probably on me for not, like, maybe going with the game more and, like, feeling it as on its own play. I don't know what it was exactly, but I didn't enjoy Metal Gear Solid much at all. It's a very... Had I played this game back in... When did it come out? 90s? Late 90s? I think I would have enjoyed watching it more. I think watching this game, for me, is better than playing it. I played through... It took me about 4 streams, I think. Like, multiple hours. I think, yeah, 4 streams. One of them was 11 hours. And the finale took me a while. The bosses I had trouble with, like I said. There was one part, like, thank God I had the, you had to get Meryl's name, this girl. I forget what exactly for, but you needed her name to progress through the story. And it's written on the back of the book, the case. So I had that. That was kind of cool. And then Psycho Mantis was cool. But Metal Gear Solid, popular game, not for me. Thanks, Button Mappers, for asking me to do it. And I guess it's Metal Gear Solid's time. And I'm glad everybody likes it.
Alex, I have some feedback about the monologue.
Monologue?
Yes, the monologue. You ended it by saying, I hope you have a great show, saying that to the audience as if they are producing the show. You should end it by saying, we have a great show for you.
Well, I'm not watching the show. They are.
All right, gotta make this video for Game Talk tonight. You know, we're talking about Metal Gear Solid, so obviously I have to review Metal Gear Solid. So I have the Master Collection, Volume 1, here on the PS5. Volume 1, I hope they do another volume. So I gotta put this guy in my PlayStation 5. What do I do with my disc? My disc isn't in here. I have no clue where I put that. It's alright, it's alright. I can just use the old copy of Metal Gear Solid for PlayStation, right? I can just bust out, you know, whatever plays PlayStation games, and play this. What the fuck? Where are my Metal Gear games? Okay, this is getting kind of ridiculous. How am I going to review Metal Gear Solid? Oh. Yeah, that's right. I own every game ever made.
Sometimes, whenever I'm bored, I like to go onto Dreams on the PlayStation 4/5 and just type in something. You know, type in your favorite game series, type in your favorite movie, your favorite celebrity, your favorite ice cream, whatever it is, type in that thing into the search bar in Dreams and just see what pops up. Dreams is such an interesting tool because it just lets you make whatever you want, and that means a lot of people make things inspired by other things. A lot of times people are not creative They just wanted to make a game about Sonic or about Shrek or whatever. So whenever you go into Dreams and you type in Metal Gear Solid, a lot of things pop up, and I had a lot of choices for this review. I was looking through. There's some that look like they maybe recreated some Shadow Moses stuff from the first game, stuff that joked about being like Metal Gear Solid 6 or like Metal Gear Solid 12 and stuff. So I was looking through, and then I found another one with a name so stupid, I figured that's the one I should pick, and it was Solid Gears Are Metal. In Solid Gears Are Metal, you play as a cardboard box with legs and a headband. I presume this is Snake. What this is it's a pretty short little stealth level where you just want to make it to the end of the stage and avoid obstacles. And it's not bad. I think that's the most you get out of Dreams, is that even when a game is like not terrible, because there's a lot of bad stuff on Dreams, is that whenever you find something that's like pretty good, it's usually like competent to not bad. I don't know if I've played much of, I've played a few, but I don't know if I've played much on Dreams that's just fantastic. Which is just kind of the fun of playing Dreams, to see all these weird, wacky, creative ideas people come up with. And this is somebody's attempt at making a stealth game, or at least a stealth level, using, I guess, iconography from Metal Gear. Really, the only thing Metal Gear looking to me was Snake in the box. The rest of it seemed pretty generic. Maybe they're trying to go for like the VR missions look. But all in all, I want to judge this on like, is this a good stealth game? And there's really only a few types of enemies you'll find. Really, just there's the enemies that like we'll see right in front of them, which there's a marker that shows you. There's laser gates that you have to avoid walking into. There are drones, which you have to stop when the drones scan you. And then there's enemies that are asleep, which you have to sneak past them. Not a bad selection, but I think the problem with that, and I don't want to shit on this game because somebody took time to make this, but the problem with the enemy selection is that they kind of undermine the point of Snake being in the box. Snake being in the box is so that a person can see him in the box and go, oh, that's just a box, and then walk on by. When all of the enemies, even if I'm sitting still, when all the people can see the box and know that it's me, maybe you're not understanding the point of the box. You're not understanding the point of Snake being in the box. It doesn't help that the box has a headband. Maybe that's a good giveaway. We take the headband off of the box. But yeah, it kind of undermines the point of there even being a box. I felt like the box was just included because that's like our famous part of Metal Gear Solid. All in all, though, I mean, this is a cute little game. It took me about 6 minutes to beat it, which is pretty quick. So this might be one of the fastest reviews, which is great because I've been super busy and I didn't have time to put together a really long, intricate review for this episode of Game Talk Tonight, which is Metal Gear Solid themed. So, you know, this is a good substitute, right? Right? I think so. What is the name of this again? Solid Gears Are Metal. Fun little thing on Dreams. I gave it a thumbs up. You could also probably on screen there see who made it if you want to look this up on Dreams and give it a try. I would recommend it. It is good. It is competently made. I would like to see this developer on Dreams maybe explore this concept a little more. I sucked at it, but I had a lot of fun playing it. What is it called again? Solid Gears Are Metal. Mom, I want to play Metal Gear Solid. We have Metal Gear Solid at home.
Hey, everybody. Sorry, I'm Krusty the Clown. It's me, Spencer, from the Button Mappers. And I had no idea what to do for Metal Gear Solid month. Is it a month? It's not really the month of Metal Gear Solid, but it's the Game Talk Tonight episode of Metal Gear Solid. And I had no idea what to do. Usually I do something stupid. But now, how stupid is this? I'm just going to kind of go off the cuff and read the comments from the previous episodes and see what people think, and then maybe talk a little bit about what we're doing going forward with this show specifically, not with Button Mappers, but with Game Talk Tonight. I'd like to see how we're doing. So without further ado, let's look at some of the previous comments. And here we go. Oh, that's weird that picture came up immediately. Interesting. All right, let's see what we got. Ty Lord Stevenson. Hey, Ty Lord. How's it going? 20 hours into Expedition 33. It has me gayer for RPGs than Spencer. That review is very thorough and accurate. I think this was my Expedition 33 review, is what he's referring to. Do we want to see more reviews? I had an idea for an Oblivion one, but that's about all I got on that. That's pretty cool. Thanks for leaving that comment. And I'm glad that you're gay. All right, let's see. BioPhoenix says, hey BioPhoenix, this is a crazy episode. If you could replace the ending theme in a video game to something silly, what song would you pick? This is when we were doing questions. We realized that with this format, we don't really get questions anymore. So I don't know what to do. We kind of just, it sucks because that was kind of an exciting part of Game Talk, and we seem to have lost it. I think probably one of the big things is that we push the questions to the end, and people just don't watch to the end, so they miss the question part. That's a bummer. It is what it is. I think it was cool community engagement that we just kind of lost. Maybe we need to push it back to the beginning somehow. I don't know. Or maybe that's just not part of Game Talk Tonight anymore. It seems like it isn't, and that's a shame, but oh well, maybe we got all the good questions we ever get, and the rest were just going to be trash. So that's cool. Let's go back to looking. We got Tyler Stevenson said, "Wowee." Okay, and then I Got Kings. That's Brian, who we interviewed in that episode. Said, "Sorry I missed this live, guys. Oh God, that scared me." I think he's referring to a picture we photoshopped. Well, no, that we actually got of him at the Capitol. Oh God, that scared me. Oldest man alive, haha. The jokes were gold, turbo gold, ubi hard. I do like the new format. The Arby's review was very fair. You have to eat one bite without Arby's sauce and one bite without Arby's sauce and one without it. One bite without Arby's sauce and without it to rate it, which you did. My brain just completely had a stroke reading that. Okay. Thanks to you and Spencer for asking the tough questions. It's got a question mark at the end. Did we ask tough questions or not? I don't know. But yeah, we interviewed him and we just threw a lot of things at him, and I hope he was comfortable with it, because we love Brian. He's a great guy. He's a little bit of a trickster. Would you rather play Mario Kart 64 or with Macho Man Randy Savage, or play Mario Kart World with 50 macho midgets? That was another question that we had to answer on the next episode, but that would stop. Legend of Leo, how's it going? Good show, boys. Whose deep pockets are producing this show, eh? We'd learned that it's Boston Market. What is the worst thing about your favorite video game? Yeah. Right. So that was the first episode. I was really happy with the first episode. There's a couple things that we worked on, we tweaked. One thing that we're working on is getting things down to a more consistent time frame. Not consistent, but more tight. We just think that it should be tighter, which is weird because we've always been a podcast, but now we're not a podcast. You know what I mean? We were a podcast and now we're not. So we're trying to find the right balance there. Let's see what else we did here. All right, this was on the Daniel Santos episode. I love Daniel. We don't get to see him as much as I'd like, but he's fantastic. He's a great guest, and I was happy to have him on. He's somebody I always vote for. So it was good to see him. Turbo Gaming said, and that's just Alex, so you can almost forget him. But Legend of Leo said you had some killer jokes. The GTA one was my fave. The Gabe Newell one sounded like a Norm Blue Card joke. See, Legend of Leo, that's Justin. He's from Canada, so he knows Norm, and therefore he probably knows my influences. Well, our influences, and that's when we write these jokes. Sometimes some of them will sound like Norm jokes, and those are probably from me. So, you're very insightful, and good on you for knowing that. Let's see more. I gotta keep switching between. Halfway through, it's all funny so far. Was that a real sponsorship? Yes, it was. Yes, well done, boys. And then the only other one we had for that episode was if Last of Us 2 had a Slipknot song, that would be a big improvement than whatever it had, LOL. I don't know. Did the Last of Us 2 have bad music? I thought they all had like decent music. I mean, I don't think their music is really standout. Although I guess I'm the last person that should be talking about soundtracks because I don't like them and usually play them on mute. That one I didn't because it has a lot of dialogue. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about Slipknot either. I think they suck. So maybe I'm the wrong person for that. Let's see what they said on the Gex episode. Really didn't seem like anybody mentioned Gex or not, but there were some standout clips from it. But let's see what the comments say. Axel, ooh, I love Axel. We're working on getting him on the show. Axel, I can't wait to see you. I hope everything is good. Really enjoy the new format. Gex seemed like a stand-up guy. He's referring to the interview we did with Gex. And it was tough to get him on the show. And then he kind of disappointed with some of his beliefs that he kept throwing at us. But it was cool. It was cool to have like a video game legend on the show. And hopefully that continues. Let's see what else we got. Legend of Leo, fan of the show. He said the lizard section. He's laughing and then a lizard emoji. Huh. I don't get it. What about him? Was it the lizards that the people the famous lizards throughout history? I think that's what he means. And thank you if that's the one. That was the one I did. But there's a lot of good stuff in there. Bio says the Gex interview must have been the most awkward moment in Alex host. The Gex interview must have been the most awkward moment in Alex hosting moment on this channel. Man, I don't know what any of you guys are saying in some of these comments. It's bizarre. Most awkward moment for Alex. Yeah, which is ironic because I think we were trying to get other people to feel awkward, but I think in this process, some of the interviews we've gotten, they end up making him feel awkward. How about that? Really threw that on its head. Sucker. But yeah, no, it was fun. So thanks everybody for all your comments. We hope we give a lot more. Hopefully this Metal Gear Solid episode, you'll really tune in and you'll have a lot to say. I think one problem why we don't get a lot of comments necessarily is because we premiere it so people leave comments on the live stream. But we'd really like you to leave comments on the show. So if you're listening to this on the live stream, you can keep leaving comments on the premiere. But afterwards, if you have things to say about the show, we would like them on the actual episode so I can read them and we can gain that feedback. Because I'm not going to keep up with it in the stream. So that being said, I think we would be streaming this. So thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
That was the show, everybody. Thanks for watching the Game Talk Tonight Metal Gear Solid Edition. We were so glad, Spencer, we were so glad to have you on the episode.
I thought we had our producer talk to you. You have to wear a shirt. Like this is honestly the 8th time we've had to tell you have to wear clothes for the show.
It's the end of the episode. I figured where everyone's
the end of the episode, watching. The end of the episode, the beginning. It doesn't matter. Throughout any time that you're on camera, you have to have a shirt on. The viewers have said it. The producer has said it. Our sponsor has said it. Okay, we're losing money with you not having a shirt on.
What about pants?
That's optional.
Okay, I'll take that.